The saga of the lion is a tale as old as the African earth itself. In the heart of Tsavo, where the red dust swirls beneath a blazing sun, the story of these magnificent cats unfolds across the ages. Here the land is a living chronicle. Its layers reveal epochs of drought and abundance, of shifting rivers and expanding grasslands, each era shaping the destiny of the lions who call Tsavo home. Nearly 2 million years ago, the ancestors of Tsavo's lions emerged, their forms honed by the relentless demands of survival in a world teeming with formidable rivals and elusive prey. Fossils buried deep in the ochre soil whisper of a time when the first great cats prowled these plains, their bones a testament to the endurance and adaptability that would define their lineage. These early lions were pioneers, learning to stalk the vast herds that thundered across Tsavo's open savanna, perfecting the art of patience and the explosive power of the hunt. From these origins, the lion's journey radiated outward, but in Tsavo their story became one of specialization, adapting to the region's unique challenges from searing droughts to sudden floods. Tsavo's lions became creatures of the wildest landscapes, masters of the open grasslands, the tangled thickets, and the rocky outcrops that dot the horizon. While their kin spread to distant continents, the lions of Tsavo remained, evolving alongside the ever-changing tapestry of their homeland. Across the ages their cousins roamed forests and mountains far from Africa, but Tsavo's lions endured the extremes of their own domain, where survival meant adapting to the rhythm of the land. Some lions ventured across ancient land bridges, but in Tsavo the lineage persisted, shaped by the cycles of feast and famine, by the pulse of the seasons. Over millennia, the lions of Tsavo developed unique traits, robust bodies, powerful jaws, and, most famously, the absence of the full mane seen in other lions, an adaptation to the region's sweltering heat. Their presence was etched not in stone, but in the very patterns of the land. Tracks pressed into red earth, the echo of roars carried on the wind, the silent testimony of their passage through time. These lions became the living embodiment of Tsavo's wildness, their lives intertwined with the cycles of rain and drought, the migrations of prey, and the shifting boundaries of their territory. As the world's climate shifted, Tsavo's lions faced new trials, ice ages that brought cooler winds, then the return of searing heat, each change demanding new strategies for survival. Grasslands expanded and contracted, rivers dried and reappeared, and the lions adapted, learning to hunt in dense bush, to endure long periods without water, to thrive where others could not. As the lion's global range shrank, Tsavo's pride remained, a resilient remnant holding fast to their ancestral lands. Where once lions roamed continents, now only the bones of their distant kin remain, but in Tsavo the living legacy endures. The prides of Tsavo became more isolated, their territories fragmented by the changing environment, yet their spirit remained unbroken. Today, the lions of Tsavo rest in the golden grass, their world smaller, but their will undiminished, ever alert to the shifting patterns of prey and the subtle changes in the wind. The heart of their kingdom beats strongest here, where the red earth meets the endless sky, and the pride's bond is the key to survival. While distant relatives persist in far-off lands, it is in Tsavo that the lion's ancient spirit is most fiercely preserved, a lineage shaped by fire, drought, and the relentless test of time. The numbers may dwindle, the grasslands may shrink, but the story of Tsavo's lions is one of resilience, of adaptation to every hardship the land can offer. Their roar still echoes across the plains at dusk, a living memory of an ancient world, a declaration of survival against all odds. In Tsavo, the journey through time continues, etched in every paw print, every golden mane, and every determined gaze fixed on the horizon. To behold a lion is to witness a masterpiece of evolution, an animal whose every feature is a testament to its role as a top predator. An adult male is a truly formidable creature, weighing between 330 and 550 pounds, and measuring up to 10 feet from nose to tail. His massive frame is supported by a skeleton built for both strength and flexibility, allowing for sudden bursts of speed and powerful leaps. His body is pure muscle, built for explosive power and the rigors of defending a territory. The lion's forelimbs are especially robust, with enlarged muscles and tendons that provide the force needed to grapple large prey and fend off rivals. The lioness, though slightly smaller, is no less impressive. Her body is streamlined and agile, perfectly adapted for stealth and speed. She weighs between 270 and 400 pounds and possesses a sleek, athletic frame designed for the chase. Her flexible spine and long, muscular legs allow her to reach speeds of up to 50 miles per hour in short bursts, critical for ambushing prey. Their beautiful tawny coats are a form of camouflage, a dusty golden brown that allows them to melt seamlessly into the dry grasses of the African plains, making them nearly invisible to their unsuspecting prey. The fur is short and dense, providing protection from the harsh sun and biting insects. The most iconic feature of the male lion is, of course, his magnificent mane. This mane varies in color and length, often darkening with age and health. This thick ruff of dark hair is far more than mere decoration. It provides a visual signal of maturity and vigor, and also offers physical protection during fights. It is a bold advertisement of his health, strength, and genetic fitness. The mane's density and darkness are influenced by testosterone, and a fuller mane can even intimidate rivals. A full dark mane signals high testosterone levels, a quality that is incredibly attractive to the pride's lionesses, and can deter would-be challengers. It also serves a practical purpose, acting as a thick protective scarf during the vicious tooth-and-claw battles that erupt over territory and dominance. The mane cushions blows and reduces the risk of serious injury to the neck and head. A 2023 study confirmed that males with thicker manes are significantly more likely to win these life-or-death confrontations, asserting their right to rule. Lions are built for a life of intense bursts of activity followed by long periods of rest. Their bodies are adapted to conserve energy, with a slow metabolism that allows them to go for days without food after a large meal. They can spend up to 20 hours a day conserving energy, dozing in the shade or lounging in the open. This behavior is essential for survival in the often unforgiving African climate. This strategic inactivity is crucial for survival in an environment where every calorie counts. Their bodies are efficient at storing fat, which helps them endure periods of scarcity. Their powerful jaws, armed with long canines up to 3 inches in length, are designed to grip and suffocate large prey. The jaw muscles are among the strongest in the animal kingdom, capable of delivering a bone-crushing bite. Their tongues are covered in sharp, backward-facing spines called papillae, which act like a coarse file to scrape meat from bone. These spines are so effective that they can strip a carcass clean in minutes. Every part of the lion, from its keen eyesight to its padded paws, is honed for the singular purpose of being an apex predator. Their eyes are adapted for night vision with a high concentration of rod cells and a reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum, allowing them to see 6 times better than humans in low light. Their hearing is acute, with large, rounded ears that can swivel independently to pinpoint the faintest sounds of prey or rivals. Lions can detect frequencies beyond the range of many other mammals, giving them an edge in the dark. Their sense of smell is equally refined. Lions use scent to mark territory, identify pride members, and detect prey from great distances. Their whiskers, or vibrissae, are highly sensitive and help them navigate and sense movement in the dark. The lifespan of a lion is a reflection of the harshness of its world. Their bodies bear the scars of countless battles and hunts, each mark a testament to survival. In the wild, where life is a constant struggle against rivals, injury and starvation, they typically live for 10 to 14 years. The pressures of holding a territory and constantly fighting off challenges take a heavy toll on the males, who often have shorter lives than the females. In the protected environment of captivity, free from these daily dangers, lions can live for much longer, sometimes reaching up to 20 years. This difference highlights the relentless challenges that define a lion's existence on the African plains. Every aspect of their anatomy, from their senses to their strength, is a finely tuned adaptation for survival in one of the world's most demanding environments. In the golden light of dawn, the pride stirs, a living tapestry woven from generations of kinship and survival. Unlike the solitary existence of most big cats, lions are bound together by powerful social ties, forming one of nature's most intricate family networks. Prides are sprawling families, often numbering 10 to 15 members, though in times of plenty, super prides may gather up to 30 lions, moving as a formidable force across the red plains of Tsavo. At the heart of this society lies a core of related females, sisters, mothers, aunts and cousins, whose bonds are forged in the fires of shared struggle and triumph. This matriarchal sisterhood is the pride's anchor, holding the same territory for generations, their collective memory guiding the group through seasons of abundance and hardship. Every day these lionesses move as one, hunting, nurturing, and defending, each action a testament to their unity. Their cooperation is the engine of the pride's survival, a seamless dance of instinct and learned behavior. As dusk falls, the lionesses slip into the tall grass, their golden coats blending with the savannah. They are the pride's primary hunters, their senses attuned to every rustle and shadow. With silent precision, they orchestrate 85 to 90% of the pride's hunts, relying on teamwork and patience to outwit their quarry. Their communication is subtle, flicks of a tail, a glance, a low rumble, each signal a thread in the web of strategy that binds them. Fanning out, they encircle their prey using the element of surprise and the power of numbers to bring down animals far larger than themselves. Together they can topple wildebeest, zebra, and even the mighty buffalo, prey that would be impossible for a lone hunter. When the hunt is over, the pride returns to its other great task, nurturing the next generation. Lionesses share the responsibilities of motherhood, each one vigilant over the pride's playful cubs. In the communal nursery or creche, cubs of all ages tumble and play under the watchful eyes of their mothers and aunts. Here every cub is protected, fed and taught the ways of the wild by the entire sisterhood. Social bonds are constantly renewed through touch, nuzzling, grooming and gentle head rubs. These acts are more than affection. They are the glue that holds the pride together. Grooming sessions are frequent, with lions licking each other's faces and rubbing heads, reinforcing trust and easing tensions. These gentle rituals lower stress, strengthen alliances, and ensure that harmony prevails, even in times of scarcity. In the heat of midday, the pride rests in the shade, bodies pressed close, a living fortress of fur and muscle. Here peace reigns, and the bonds of kinship are quietly reaffirmed. A nuzzle, a gentle paw, each gesture a silent promise of loyalty and protection, vital for the pride's continued success. As the sun sets, moments of tenderness abound. Cubs snuggle into their mother's flanks, and the pride finds comfort in togetherness, a bulwark against the dangers that lurk beyond. The pride's territory is its lifeblood, a patchwork of grassland and shade fiercely defended by the lionesses. They patrol the boundaries with vigilance, ever alert to threats. Scent-marking bushes and roaring in unison, they send a clear message to all who would trespass. This land is claimed and its defenders are united. Should a rival pride or prowling predator cross the invisible line, the lionesses respond with swift, coordinated aggression, driving off intruders with a display of collective strength. Their unity is their shield, and when danger threatens, they fight with unmatched ferocity to protect their young and their home. In the wild heart of Tsavo, the pride is more than a family. It is a fortress, a legacy, and a living testament to the power of unity. The sisterhood stands ever watchful, guardians of a dynasty that endures beneath the endless African sky. The role of the adult male lion is one of power, peril, and constant vigilance. While the lionesses form the stable heart of the pride, the males are its defenders, its gatekeepers. Their primary duty is to protect the pride's territory, an area that can range from a modest 8 square miles to an expansive 150 square miles. They achieve this through a combination of intimidating displays. They patrol the borders relentlessly, spraying urine to leave their scent and making deep scrapes in the earth with their paws. Their most impressive tool, however, is their roar, a sound so powerful it can travel up to 5 miles across the plains, a definitive declaration of ownership that can reduce direct confrontations by up to 30%. Life is not secure for a male within his birth pride. To prevent inbreeding and reduce competition for resources, young males are forcibly exiled when they reach 2 to 3 years of age. Cast out and alone, they enter a dangerous and nomadic period of their lives. A solitary male faces immense challenges, from starvation to attacks by resident pride males whose territory he might cross. Survival is incredibly difficult on their own. It is during this vulnerable time that many of these young nomads find strength in numbers, forging powerful alliances with their brothers or other exiled males. These alliances, known as coalitions, dramatically increase a male's chances of survival and success. A male in a coalition is 40% more likely to successfully challenge for and take over a new territory than a male who tries to go it alone. Working together, a group of 2, 3, or even 6 males, like the famously dominant Mapogo coalition that ruled the Sabi Sands from 2006 to 2012, can overthrow established pride leaders and hold a territory for many years. These brotherhoods are bound by a shared need to survive and a common ambition to rule, creating some of the most formidable forces on the savannah. The price of power is steep. The struggle for dominance is a brutal and often fatal affair. Territorial battles are savage, explosive confrontations where males use their immense strength and sharp claws to inflict devastating injuries. It is estimated that up to 25% of all adult male lions die during these violent territorial disputes. The reign of any king or coalition is always temporary, constantly under threat from younger, stronger challengers waiting on the periphery. The life of a male lion is a cycle of struggle, triumph, and eventual replacement, a relentless drama played out across the African plains. In the heart of Tsavo's Red Plains, the story of a lion cub begins, fragile, uncertain, and full of hope. Each cub enters a world where every sunrise brings both promise and peril, and every shadow could conceal danger or opportunity. Born blind and utterly helpless, a lion cub's first breaths are taken in the safety of a hidden den, tucked away by a fiercely protective mother. For weeks, the outside world is only a distant rumble, muffled by the thick grass and earth that shield them from prying eyes. In this secret sanctuary, the cubs are completely dependent on their mother. Her warmth is their comfort, her milk their only nourishment, and her vigilance their shield against the ever-present threats lurking just beyond the den's entrance. For the first 6 to 7 months, their world is small and simple, centered around the gentle rhythm of nursing and the soft, reassuring presence of their siblings. Milk is their lifeline, sustaining their rapid growth and fueling their first wobbly steps. As the cubs grow stronger, their mother leads them out of hiding and into the heart of the pride. This is a moment of both excitement and trepidation, as the cubs are introduced to a bustling world of aunts, uncles, and older siblings, a communal creche where every lioness becomes a guardian. Within this extended family, the cubs find both comfort and competition. The lionesses share the duties of protection and care, but the wild remains unforgiving. Safety in numbers offers some reprieve, yet the lessons of survival are never far away. The early years of a cub's life are a relentless apprenticeship. Every day is a test, every moment a lesson. The cubs must learn to read the wind, to sense danger in the rustle of grass, and to move with the silent grace of their elders. Yet amid the seriousness of survival there is joy. Between 10 and 20% of their day is spent in exuberant play, chasing, tumbling and pouncing in the golden light. Their laughter echoes across the plains, a fleeting sound of innocence in a world that demands resilience. These games are more than mere fun. Each playful ambush, each mock battle is a rehearsal for the future. Through these spirited encounters, the cubs sharpen their reflexes, test their strength, and learn the subtle art of strategy. They are not just learning to hunt, they are learning to be lions. Every leap, every tumble, every playful growl is a step toward mastering the skills that will one day mean the difference between life and death. Through play, their muscles grow strong and their coordination sharpens. They begin to understand the complex web of relationships within the pride, who to trust, who to challenge, and when to yield. The cubs watch the adults with wide, curious eyes, mimicking their every move. They study the way a lioness stalks her prey, the way a dominant male asserts his authority, and the subtle signals that govern pride life. Each observation is a lesson, each imitation a step toward adulthood. Despite the fierce protection of their mothers and the constant vigilance of the pride, the odds are stacked against the cubs. The wild is a place of beauty and brutality, and only the most resilient will survive. According to a 2023 IUCN report, only 20 to 30% of cubs will see their second birthday. Each day is a battle against hunger, thirst, and the ever-present threat of predators. The dangers are many and relentless. A sudden rustle in the grass could mean a lurking predator, and a moment's inattention can be fatal. Starvation is a constant shadow, especially during the harsh, dry season when prey is scarce and the land is parched. The cubs must learn to endure hunger and to follow the pride across vast distances in search of food. Other predators, like hyenas, are always on the lookout for an unattended cub. The cubs must learn to recognize danger and to seek the safety of the pride at the first sign of threat. Illness and injury are unforgiving. A single misstep, a moment of weakness, and a cub can fall behind, left vulnerable to the merciless laws of the wild. But perhaps the most profound challenges come from within the pride itself. The social world of lions is complex, and the cubs must learn to navigate shifting alliances and the ever-changing hierarchy. When new males arrive, the pride is thrown into turmoil. The cubs sense the tension, the uncertainty, and the danger that comes with change. In these moments, the cubs face their greatest test. The arrival of new males often brings violence, and the youngest are the most vulnerable. The loss is devastating, not just for the cubs, but for the entire pride. The mothers mourn, and the survivors must find the strength to carry on, to learn, and to adapt. An estimated 25% of all cubs under 1 year old are lost during these violent upheavals, a stark reminder of the harsh realities that shape every lion's life. Yet for those who survive, each challenge faced and each lesson learned forges them into the future kings and queens of the savannah, their spirits tempered by adversity and their hearts filled with the wild promise of Tsavo. In the heart of Tsavo's Red Plains, the hunt is not just a means of survival, it is a test of patience, skill, and raw instinct. For the lions, every stalk is a gamble, every chase a dance with hunger and hope. The savannah stretches wide and open, and the odds are rarely in their favor. With a hunting success rate of only 20 to 30%, most pursuits end in empty bellies and exhaustion. The antelopes leap, the zebras sprint. These are the daily reminders that the wild offers no guarantees, so when a kill is made, it is a moment of triumph. A lifeline for the pride, a fleeting victory in a world of constant struggle. The hunt begins long before the chase. Lions are masters of the silent approach, melting into the tall grass, their golden coats blending perfectly with the sun-baked earth. Each paw is placed with care, every muscle tensed in anticipation. As dusk falls, the lionesses fan out, their eyes glinting in the fading light. They use the cover of darkness and the whisper of the wind to mask their presence, moving as shadows across the plain. Inch by inch they close the distance, sometimes waiting for what feels like an eternity. The tension is palpable. One wrong move, one snapped twig, and the prey will bolt, vanishing into the night. The pride's strategy is one of encirclement and surprise. From above, their movements form a silent net, tightening around the unsuspecting target. Several lionesses work in perfect harmony, driving the prey toward a hidden sister lying in wait. Each lioness knows her role, her position, her moment to strike. Suddenly the chase erupts. One lioness bursts from cover, her powerful legs propelling her forward. The others block escape routes, herding the prey into a deadly funnel. It is a trap, sprung with precision and speed. This level of teamwork allows the pride to bring down formidable prey. Buffalo with their horns lowered in defiance, wildebeest racing for their lives. Alone, a lion would stand little chance. Together they are a force of nature. The final moments are a blur of violence and power. Claws dig deep, jaws clamp tight. The prey struggles, but the lion's combined strength is overwhelming. A suffocating bite to the throat or muzzle ends the struggle, and silence falls once more. But the battle is not over. Now comes the feast, and with it, a new contest. The pride's unity dissolves into snarls and swipes as each lion fights for its share. The dominant male or males stride in with authority. Despite the lioness's efforts, it is the males who claim the first bite, their presence alone enough to send others scattering. With a roar or a swipe they assert their dominance, driving the lionesses and even the cubs away from the kill they helped secure. The males gorge themselves, tearing through flesh and bone. A single meal can see a lion devour up to a quarter of his own weight, over 100 pounds of meat in one sitting. Only when the males are sated do the lionesses return, their hunger sharpened by the weight. They jostle and snap, each vying for the choicest morsels. The most dominant females eat first, their status earned through strength and experience. The rest must settle for what remains. At the very edge the cubs wait, eyes wide and bellies rumbling. They are the last in line, their fate tied to the pride's fortunes. Often they are left with little more than scraps and bones. In lean times many will not survive, their tiny bodies no match for the harsh rules of the feast. This brutal hierarchy is nature's way, ensuring that the strongest, those who defend and those who hunt, are fueled for the next challenge. In Tsavo, every meal is a story of suspense, strategy and survival written in the dust and blood of the savannah. The African plains are a vast, unforgiving arena, where every day is a battle for dominance and survival. Here ancient rivalries ignite beneath the relentless sun, and none is more legendary than the ongoing war between lions and spotted hyenas. These apex predators are locked in a relentless struggle, their destinies intertwined as they compete for the same territories and the same prey, wildebeest, zebra, and anything else the plains provide. Each encounter is a test of strength, strategy, and nerve. Over 60% of lion territories overlap with the sprawling domains of hyena clans. This overlap is a powder keg, ensuring that confrontations are not just possible, they are inevitable. Hyenas, cunning and highly social, move as a single coordinated force. Their haunting calls echo across the grasslands as they hunt in packs, using teamwork and intelligence to outmaneuver their rivals. Their bone-crushing jaws are the stuff of legend, able to shatter even the toughest remains. Far from mere scavengers, hyenas are formidable hunters, capable of bringing down prey with ruthless efficiency. The rivalry between these predators often erupts in dramatic acts of theft. Hyenas, emboldened by their numbers, approach lion kills with calculated boldness, seeking any opportunity to snatch a hard-won meal. With their overwhelming numbers, hyenas can surround a pride, their cackles rising in a chorus of intimidation. Lionesses, outnumbered and outmaneuvered, are sometimes forced to abandon their prize. It is estimated that hyenas successfully rob lions of 15 to 20% of their kills, a staggering toll in a land where every meal is hard fought. A frenzied mob of hyenas can drive even the fiercest lionesses from their kill, the air filled with snarls and cackles as the balance of power shifts in an instant. But the plains are a place of shifting fortunes. Aggression from hyenas is often met with swift, brutal retaliation. The arrival of a dominant male lion is a game-changer. His presence alone can scatter a hyena clan, the balance of fear tipping back in favor of the lions. With a single devastating swipe, a male lion can end a hyena's life. Males will actively hunt and kill hyenas, eliminating rivals and sending a clear message. This territory is claimed. As the dry season tightens its grip, the struggle intensifies. Waterholes become battlegrounds, and every carcass is a prize worth fighting for. Hunger and thirst drive predators to take greater risks, and the cost of failure is high. Yet lions face more than just hyenas. The plains are home to a host of other formidable predators, each with their own survival strategies. The leopard, solitary and elusive, avoids direct confrontation whenever possible. Its survival depends on stealth and cunning, not brute force. Leopards often hunt smaller prey and possess a unique advantage, the ability to drag their kills high into the trees, far from the reach of lions and hyenas prowling below. But if a lion stumbles upon a leopard's kill, or catches the smaller cat on the ground, it will not hesitate to attack, seizing the meal and asserting its dominance. African wild dogs, masters of teamwork, are also drawn into this web of competition. Their coordinated hunts boast an astonishing 80% success rate, making them formidable rivals. Lions, ever opportunistic, will not hesitate to steal from wild dogs, and will even kill them to reduce competition for precious resources. The struggle for survival extends to the water's edge, where the Nile crocodile lies in wait, a silent and deadly force in the ecosystem. As the dry season deepens, animals gather at shrinking waterholes, predators and prey forced into uneasy proximity. Tensions run high, and every visit to drink is fraught with danger. Crocodiles strike with lightning speed, ambushing the unwary and claiming victims from the desperate herds. Even lions are not immune. A lone lioness or a curious cub that strays too close to the water's edge risks a sudden, deadly attack. Yet lions are not without their own power. On land they can confront even the mighty crocodile, their courage and strength on full display. In rare but spectacular clashes, a pride of lions can overpower and kill a crocodile, proving that on these plains supremacy is never guaranteed. Every day, every encounter, is a new chapter in the ongoing saga of survival, a world where only the most cunning, the most powerful, and the most united will endure. But the fiercest battles are often fought not between species, but within them. Rival lion prides clash at the edges of their territories, roaring and posturing in displays of strength. These confrontations can erupt into violent skirmishes, with lives and legacies hanging in the balance. Lionesses, ever vigilant, lead their cubs away from danger, while young males watch from the shadows, learning the art of war and waiting for their chance to challenge for dominance. Territorial boundaries are marked and defended with relentless patrols, scent marking, and thunderous roars that echo for miles. Each pride must constantly assert its claim, for any sign of weakness invites invasion. When threatened, a pride will rally together, forming a living shield around their young. Their unity is their greatest weapon, a testament to the power of family and cooperation in the face of overwhelming odds. As dawn breaks over the red plains of Tsavo, the cycle of conflict and survival begins anew. Here every day is a test, and only the strongest, smartest, and most united will claim victory in the endless struggle for life. In the boundless, sun-baked expanse of Kenya's Tsavo National Park, a secretive and enigmatic population of lions moves like living shadows across the red earth. Here, where the land glows with the deep rust of iron-rich soil, the air shimmers with heat, and the horizon stretches endlessly, a mystery has taken root, one that has puzzled observers for generations. This is a realm of extremes, where the sun's relentless gaze has grown fiercer over decades, and the rains are but a memory, leaving the land parched and the vegetation sparse. Within this crucible, the lions of Tsavo have become something altogether different, creatures shaped by the land's unforgiving demands. Most striking of all, many of the males are nearly maneless, their necks bare or adorned with only the faintest wisps of hair, a feature that sets them apart from their kin across the continent. This absence of a mane is not a flaw, but a riddle. Some whisper that it is the mark of ancient bloodlines, a genetic echo from a time when lions first roamed these lands. Others believe it is the land itself that has sculpted these lions, the searing heat and endless droughts favouring those who shed the heavy burden of a mane. In other places, a lion's mane is a crown, thick, dark, and imposing. It signals strength and offers protection in battle. But it's also a trap for heat, a cloak that stifles in the furnace of Tsavo. Here the sun's intensity can sap the strength of even the mightiest, and a mane becomes a liability, causing exhaustion and draining stamina. The maneless males, unburdened by this weight, move with a restless energy, able to hunt and patrol their territories, even as the midday heat shimmers across the plains. This adaptation, whether born of ancient genes or the relentless pressure of the environment, grants them a vital edge, a secret to survival in a land where only the toughest endure. Even the social fabric of Tsavo's lions is woven differently. Prides are smaller, more elusive, and the bonds between them are shaped by scarcity and competition. Large coalitions of males are rare. Instead, a solitary, formidable male often reigns, his presence a silent force among the lionesses. These maneless rulers are legends, massive, aggressive, and unmatched in their ability to defend what is theirs. Without the shield of a mane, they rely on raw power, speed, and a ferocity honed by countless battles beneath the burning sky. Every scar tells a story of survival, every muscle a testament to the relentless struggle for dominance in this harsh domain. Over generations, this has forged a lineage of lions that are not only physically formidable, but also shrouded in an aura of mystery and resilience. Legends swirl around these maneless lions, tales of cunning, strength, and a wildness that seems deeper, older, and more untamed than anywhere else. Their gaze is intense, their movements silent and deliberate, as if they carry the secrets of the land within them. Theories abound. Some suggest a unique genetic mutation. Others point to the relentless heat or the scarcity of water and shade as the driving force behind their unusual appearance. Whatever the cause, the maneless lions of Tsavo are living proof of nature's endless capacity for adaptation and mystery. As dusk falls and the red earth cools, these enigmatic lions stand as silent sentinels, symbols of survival, adaptation, and the enduring mysteries that still prowl the wild heart of Africa. The king of the savannah stands at a crossroads, his golden mane catching the first light of dawn as he surveys a world both ancient and ever-changing. For generations, lions have ruled these vast plains, their roars echoing across the grasslands as a symbol of strength and resilience. Yet today the challenges they face are unlike any before. The relentless sun beats down and the once abundant watering holes shrink to mere puddles. Droughts stretch longer, the earth cracks, and the air shimmers with heat. Prey animals grow scarce, and the lion's keen senses are tested as never before. The savannah itself is changing, its wild tapestry unravelling as grasslands recede and the boundaries of the lion's domain grow ever tighter. The lion, master of adaptation, must now navigate a world where the familiar is vanishing, replaced by uncertainty and challenge at every turn. In these fragmented wilds, the lion's journey becomes a test of endurance and ingenuity. Each step is a lesson in survival, each hunt a delicate balance between risk and reward. The pride moves as one, their bonds forged by hardship and hope. Together they read the wind, track the herds, and teach their young the ancient ways of the hunt. When prey is scarce, the lion's instincts drive them to seek new opportunities, testing the limits of their adaptability in a world that offers no guarantees. Yet, even as the odds grow steeper, the lion's spirit endures. Each sunrise brings a new chance, each sunset a testament to their will to survive. The savannah is a living, breathing tapestry, and the lion is its beating heart. Every movement, every decision ripples through the ecosystem, shaping the fate of countless other creatures. When the lion hunts, the balance of life is maintained. Their presence keeps herbivore populations in check, allowing grasses to flourish and waterholes to remain vital oases for all. The lion's roar is more than a call. It is a promise that the wild will endure, that the ancient rhythms of the savannah will not be silenced. In the face of drought, the lion adapts, traveling farther, hunting smarter, teaching the next generation to read the land and survive its harshest tests. In the heart of Tsavo, the lion's resilience is legendary. Here they have learned to thrive in the red dust, to find water where none seems to exist, and to unite as a pride against every adversity. The lion's story is one of adaptation, of courage in the face of the unknown, and of the unbreakable bond between predator and prey, land and life. Every challenge overcome by the lion is a victory for the entire ecosystem. Their survival ensures the survival of countless other species, from the smallest insect to the tallest acacia. The grasses sway, the trees take root, and the rivers flow, all because the lion endures. Their presence is the pulse of the wild, the guardian of balance. In every paw print there is a story of survival. In every roar, a declaration that the wild will not be tamed. The future of the lion is the future of the savannah itself, a future where every creature, great and small, has a place in the sun. To protect the lion is to protect the wild heart of Africa, to ensure that the ancient dance of predator and prey continues for generations yet to come. The lion's legacy is written in the wind, in the rustle of grass, in the thunder of hooves, and in the silence of the stars above the plains. To save the lion is to save the soul of the savannah, to keep alive the wild beauty that has inspired awe for millennia. This is the lion's world. This is the future we must protect. Gap 2S, beneath the endless sky, lions speak a language all their own, a silent code woven through roars, scents, and subtle movements. In the heart of the pride, communication is the thread that binds every member together, shaping their social world and guiding their every action. A lion's roar is more than a display of power. It is a message carried for miles across the savannah. With a single thunderous call, a lion can declare territory, summon distant pride members, or warn rivals to stay away. Each roar is unique, a vocal fingerprint that tells friend from foe, weaving a network of sound that echoes across the grasslands. But the language of lions goes far beyond sound. Along hidden trails and beneath shady acacias, lions mark their domain with scent. By rubbing their heads against trees or spraying bushes with urine, they leave invisible messages, traces of identity and intent that linger long after they have passed. These scent marks warn intruders, signal readiness to mate, and reinforce the boundaries of their world. Body language is just as vital. A twitch of the tail, a low crouch, or a gentle nuzzle can speak volumes within the pride. Subtle postures communicate dominance, submission, or affection, while synchronized movements during a hunt reveal the unspoken coordination that makes the pride so effective. When a cub approaches an adult with a lowered head and soft mewling, it signals respect and seeks comfort. When lions greet each other with gentle head rubs and shared grooming, bonds are strengthened and group harmony is assured. Facial expressions, too, are part of this intricate tapestry. Flattened ears, bared teeth, or a slow blink can convey moods ranging from irritation to relaxation. In moments of tension, a deep growl or a fixed stare can diffuse conflict or establish order without a single blow. Through this complex web of signals, lions maintain unity, resolve disputes, and pass on vital knowledge from one generation to the next. Every roar, every scent, every gesture is a thread in the fabric of pride life, a living language spoken in the wild that ensures the survival of the king and his kin. In the heart of the pride, lionesses are the pillars of strength and wisdom, their roles vital to the survival and success of the group. These formidable females are not just hunters, they are nurturers, leaders, and the very heartbeat of lion society. From the first light of dawn, lionesses embark on the relentless task of providing for their pride. Their hunting skills are honed through years of experience, passed down from one generation to the next. Working in perfect harmony, they strategize and execute hunts with a level of precision that rivals any military operation. Each lioness knows her role, whether it's to ambush, chase, or flank their prey, ensuring a successful hunt that sustains the entire pride. But their responsibilities extend far beyond the hunt. Lionesses are the primary caregivers, their nurturing instincts ensuring the survival of the next generation. They teach their cubs the essential skills of survival, how to stalk, how to hide, and when to strike. Through play and gentle discipline, they impart the wisdom of the wild, preparing their young for the challenges that lie ahead. Leadership within the pride often rests with the lionesses. They maintain social order, resolve disputes, and ensure the group's cohesion. When danger threatens, it is the lionesses who stand as the first line of defense, their fierce loyalty to the pride driving them to protect their kin at all costs. Lionesses also play a crucial role in the social fabric of the pride. Through grooming and close physical contact, they reinforce bonds and maintain harmony. Their interactions are a delicate balance of power and affection, a testament to their deep understanding of pride dynamics. As dusk falls and the savannah is cloaked in twilight, the lionesses gather, their day's work drawing to a close. They rest together, their bodies a warm, protective barrier around their cubs. In these quiet moments, the strength and resilience of the lionesses shine through, a silent promise that the pride will endure. Through their tireless efforts, lionesses embody the spirit of the pride. They are hunters, mothers, leaders, and guardians, their lives a testament to the power and grace of the wild. Stretching across the southeastern corner of Kenya lies Tsavo, a land defined by its vast red plains and rugged beauty. Here, the ecosystem is as striking as it is unforgiving, a patchwork of savanna, scrubland, and acacia woodlands shaped by the rhythms of drought and rain. The flora of Tsavo has adapted to survive in this challenging environment. Thorny bushes and resilient grasses dominate the landscape, while baobab and acacia trees stand as silent sentinels, offering shade and shelter to many. The red soil, rich in iron, colors everything it touches, from the fur of passing animals to the sweeping horizon. Within this unique habitat, lions carve out their existence. Unlike other regions, Tsavo's prides are often smaller, and the lions themselves have adapted to the harsh climate. Their coats take on a distinctive reddish hue, blending seamlessly with the dusty earth. Water sources are scarce, and so lions must roam vast distances, relying on their endurance and keen senses to find prey and avoid danger. Tsavo is not only home to lions, but also to a web of wildlife. Herds of elephants move in slow procession, shaping the land as they travel. Buffalo graze in the open grasslands, while agile gazelles and zebras keep a watchful eye for predators. Even the elusive gerenuk with its slender neck browses the high branches, adapting to competition for food. Predator and prey are locked in a delicate balance. Lions must compete with hyenas and leopards, each species carving out its own niche. Scavengers like vultures and jackals follow in their wake, ensuring that nothing is wasted in the cycle of life and death. Every creature in Tsavo plays a role in maintaining the fragile harmony of the ecosystem. For the lions, survival depends on their ability to adapt to the shifting seasons, to the scarcity of resources, and to the ever-watchful eyes of their neighbors. In the heart of Tsavo, the dance of life continues, as ancient and enduring as the red earth itself.